In June 2019, I took to the road to ask people from all over the country about their dreams. I thought I would be learning about them, but I'm also learning about myself. Join me and see what you find out about yourself as you listen to other people answer the 3 dream questions. This is Grace, and she's agreed to answer the 3 dream questions. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The first question is, what are your hopes and dreams? What are your wishes? What gets you out of bed in the morning?
I think right now I just want to live a good life. You know, I've spent, I don't know what exactly that would look like, but I hope, you know, in the future maybe I'll get like a little farm, like have some chickens and some animals, live around nature. And still probably work as a nurse, but not as much.
So maybe working as a nurse in a more rural setting,
yeah,
type of a thing.
But it's not so much about work, just about like how I live my life outside.
So nature's important to you?
Definitely. I think like keeping life simple is very important. I think like for a long time, you know, you can focus on others and focus outside of yourself to live a good life, but I think it has to come from within. You can't fix anyone else without fixing yourself. So.
And you find something about yourself when you're in nature? Something
Definitely.
happens.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what it is, but...
Yeah, well, I've heard some people say that that they go to nature to find themselves, and then when they get in around people, they're more centered. When they do have to, or get to, or want to intermingle with people. Mm-hmm. that nature experience. So have you had some experience with cows? I mean, with chickens and planting and stuff like that? Or?
Never. Chickens actually terrify me. I don't know. They're like little dinosaurs. They freak me out. But
some people would say, yeah, they are little dinosaurs. That's what they are. Yeah, that's funny.
I got to hold a chicken once. That's about it. And I'm growing some plants in pots outside. But
Did your family do a lot of outdoor stuff? Or?
A little bit. It was mostly like, you know, the American like car camping. My dad would load up like the car with everything he had, and we'd go to our cabin. And I mean, there was like no hot water, and like it was heated by a wood stove, but it wasn't really like backcountry outdoorsy.
So you're thinking, when you say going out into nature, you're talking about going out into nature, a well with just one water source or something like that? Or? Yeah,
I guess it would probably still be like a house, you know, just a smaller house. Maybe would still, it's very vague plans.
Yeah.
I'm pretty bad at making
That's interesting.
plans.
I know you went to the Middle East, and you talked about your time with a Bedouin family. Mm-hmm. Did that have any influence on, or did you already had made up your mind to do something like that before you met them?
The Bedouin? Not really. I don't really make plans, so it's just kind of solidified now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's just kind of super vague. Yeah. I'm going to go through South America and climb in Yosemite for a year. I don't know, just try and live a good life
and you've done
for myself.
And you've done the Pacific Rim Trail.
Mm-hmm. Pacific Crest.
Pacific Crest Trail, yeah. Pacific Crest Trail. Yeah, we had a previous interviewee that had done that, 2 of them, actually. That's crazy. Okay. Do you remember your goals from when you were a little girl? Any of your dreams?
I wanted to be like Johnny Appleseed. I wanted to be like a folk hero that just like walked around and talked to people, which is kind of what I did on the PCT. So that's not really sustainable for your whole life, unfortunately. You get to be retired and do that.
If you're retired, you do it a little bit, Yeah, I'm living your childhood dream. Maybe
Pretty
I'll grow
much.
up someday.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, that was it, I think. But then, you know, my goals changed every week. I want to be like a truck driver, a pilot, and everything. So.
Some people say astronaut. Did that ever...
I always thought I wasn't smart enough to be an astronaut, honestly.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And right now you're a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a childhood dream?
Never. My dad's a nurse, actually, so I did not want anything to do with it.
But that came about.
Yeah.
And you're happy with it, and you're probably really good at it, too.
I hope so. I mean, relatively happy. Yeah, I like the work. You know, I get to hear stories and ask patients, you know, all about their life. It's really cool. But, like, our medical system has, you know, a lot of things to be fixed, so it's kind of difficult to work within it sometimes. But
do you ever work with terminally ill people?
I used to. I was in oncology. That actually... So I went from ICU to oncology, and it actually wasn't so bad, you know. It's like kind of a privilege to be there in that time with people, I think.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. That's good. I know people, they get very depressed.
Yeah. I mean, like the terminally ill people, a lot of them had lived their life, you know. They, like, had a lot of time to accept the diagnosis. It wasn't like what I saw in ICU where, like, you know, families either couldn't let go or it was something very sudden, you know. I think death is like birth, you know, getting to be there at the time. It's like...
I actually had a student once who came to me at the end of school and told me that she wanted to work in geriatrics because I required some public service that particular year in a psychology class. And she would go to a rest home and work with old people. And she said, I love being around old people.
I love old people.
She says, because they're the only adults that always tell the truth, was what she said. And I thought that was an interesting...
Not all of them, trust me. Trust me.
Okay. Yeah.
I understand the sentiment. Yeah. Yeah, I like them a lot, definitely. Like the geriatric population a lot as well.
Let's go back to the younger you again. When you were 13, let's say that you could go back and talk to the 13-year-old Grace, and she would listen to you. What advice would you give her?
I think I'd just tell her to chill out. Like, nothing lasts forever, you know. I think my teens were kind of a rough time, but if I would have known that, you know, all the difficulties would have passed, I think I would have been a lot calmer. Yeah, I would have made a lot better decisions.
I remember stuff like that.
Yeah.
You think the way things are right now is the way they're going to be forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. Wow.
Yeah.
And nobody said that.
No.
That's really cool.
Oh,
that's
no one said that.
No, I don't think. They've said chill out, you know, don't worry and stuff like that. But the idea that things are going to change all the time, changes are going to happen just all the time, constantly.
This too shall pass.
If you were going to talk to a classroom of 14, 15, 16-year-olds or something, would you give them the same advice, or is there anything else you might say?
If they would listen to me, I probably would. I think I learn a lot more from them than they would from me. Because their perspective on the world is so much different. You know, so much has changed even in like 10 years. So to wrap my head around what they're going through and to give them advice, I think would take a minute. I don't know if I could come up with anything off the top of my head.
As you're saying this, what I'm hearing, and it's an aha for me, is maybe the 15, 16, 17-year-olds need to be listened to rather than talked to. Is that what you're...
I think so.
That was something that popped up as you were saying what you were saying. Wow.
I think so.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're not married right now, but if you were going to talk to somebody that was going to get married, have you been around? Do you have friends that are married, or?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. That's good.
My sister's about to get married.
Is she?
I tell her to chill out too. Definitely. Yeah. She's younger, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different... Marriage is a different thing nowadays than it used to be.
I bet. I don't know anything about it, though.
Yeah. Is there anything else that came up for you as we talked about your goals, we talked about growing up, we talked about advice that you might have given yourself?
I think that's about it. Yeah. I don't know a whole lot. You know,
it's so interesting you say that. I'm going to feed you a little here because you spent time in Egypt, you spent time in Israel, you spent time in Jordan, you've done all of these hikes, and you tell me that you don't know a lot. You've experienced a lot.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. The more you see, you know, like trying to put all the pieces together, it never really works. You just have what's in front of you, really.
You're giving me the Socratic response.
I did like Socrates a lot.
That I know that I don't know.
Yeah.
That makes me the wise one.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's just easier like that.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.